Hello. Welcome and click to watch. Subscribe my channel. If you like my channel, please make sure to subscribe, comment or leave a like in the video.
It is fine. In their bedroom, Hunter breaks down and crawls under the bed. She cries uncontrollably, and Louie stays beside her for comfort. Hunter eventually wakes up and runs to the kitchen to find something to swallow. While Louie is asleep, Hunter gets a miniature screwdriver and swallows it. However, the tool gets stuck in her throat, and Louie wakes up just in time to call 911. Luckily, Hunter survives after the operation and is more distressed than ever. Upon returning home, Richie and his parents inform Hunter that she will be admitted to a psychiatric hospital until the baby is born. She pleads to stay with them, but Richie will divorce her if she doesn't go, according to Michael. Without a choice, Hunter signs the admission papers, and the family escorts her outside the house. Before leaving, Hunter says that she forgot something inside and goes back to the room. Louie follows her as part of the protocol, obviously feeling sorry for her. Both of them stare at each other, and Louie helps Hunter escape from the house and Richie's family. He informs them that Hunter is just in the bathroom, so there is nothing to worry about. While Hunter runs through the woods, Richie checks the bathroom and finds out that his wife got away. Hunter makes it to the road, where a stranger drops her off at a motel. That night, Hunter calls Richie to inform him that she rushed into their marriage and family life just to make him happy. Richie begs her to come back, but he insults and belittles her after refusing to do so. The scene exposes Richie's manipulative side and his real intentions toward Hunter. He found a woman that would tolerate his behavior, but not for long. She feels empowered after turning him down. Afterwards, she looks at herself in the mirror and gives a faint smile. Hunter leaves as she is ready to start a new life. The story revolves around Hunter's struggles with self-identity. All her life, she felt pushed away and unwanted because of how she was conceived. Growing up in an unhappy home, she has never felt a sense of belonging anywhere else. Richie has been her silver lining, or so she thought. As a wife, she followed Richie's rules, and it cost her her happiness. Even her pregnancy is done to satisfy Richie and his family, portraying his conditional love for her. Hunter swallows things to make her feel in control, for once. From Hunter's birth to her own pregnancy, all the choices are made for her and not by her. The psychological distress spiraled her into a mystery and thriller film called Swallow. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. Unresolved feelings often lead to one's health problems, both mentally and physically. It can also affect one's relationship with others and steer into a pit of depression. In this film, a young wife named Hunter journeys into self-discovery while burying the pain of her past. Along the way, she finds a sense of comfort in random objects, not to own, but to eat. Hunter and her husband Richie Conrad live together in a high-end and luxurious estate as a newlywed couple. Hunter came from a poor family and is recently introduced to the wealthy life of her husband's family. About Hunter's feelings. It shows how both of them married each other for any reason but love. At that point, Hunter realizes that Richie's love for her has bounds, and that he does not accept her for her imperfections. She spends all her time being the woman that Richie wants her to be, which makes her struggle more with her identity crisis. Richie's family arranges a meeting with Alice, a psychiatrist in the city. During her first therapy session, Hunter is hesitant to share about her childhood and family life. When Alice asks Hunter why she swallows objects, she claims that the textures give her a satisfying feeling. At home, Richie and his parents introduce Hunter to Louie, a nurse who will monitor her as she recovers. At first, Hunter is hesitant to be looked after, but she has no choice but to abide by Richie's parents. At that moment, with Louie around, she feels more entrapped, but she understands that it is for her and the baby's safety. It creates a concept in her mind that she has to give Richie a child, an inheritor. With this, she feels that her body is controlled, and the child inside her does not feel like her own. Whenever Hunter goes to the bathroom, Louie checks if she has anything with her that she could swallow. However, Hunter has already kept a stash of items in the bathroom and continues with her obsession. During her next session with Alice, Hunter claims that the objects she swallows give her a sense of control. It is very unconventional, but those things are somehow making her life easier. The session is cut short because Hunter has to attend Richie's birthday party with their friends and relatives. At the party, Hunter looks rather happy and smiling. Not until she bumps into Bev, their friend, who accidentally says something about her stomach. It triggers Hunter, who finds it a sensitive topic, so Bev apologizes repeatedly. Richie and Hunter talk in private, and she expresses her frustration about him sharing her condition with the people at the party. Her husband surprisingly brushes off her concern and says that she should not ruin his special day. Richie's treatment toward Hunter makes her question their marriage. Her husband feels like he can do anything he wants as long as Hunter benefits from his money. Hunter realizes that her life revolves around her husband, and she lives it according to his liking. As Hunter grows more comfortable with Alice, she shares about her childhood issues during their session. Hunter reveals that her mother was a victim of an assault, and she was its product. Her father's real name is William Irwin, and he is now a free man. Hunter carries a picture of him in her bag all the time and claims that she has moved on. As Hunter finally shares her life story, Alice cuts her off, saying that their session has ended. One morning, Hunter plants flowers in the garden, an activity she has delayed for so long. She has an impulse toward eating the soil in her hands, but she overcomes it. Upstairs, she hears Richie talking to Alice on the phone. Despite her sincere apology, Richie remains mad at her. Hunter manages to remove the swallowed marble from her system and thoroughly cleans it. She places it gently on a glass tray as if it is something special and sentimental. Hunter spends the day watching educational pregnancy-related videos in preparation for her motherhood. She suddenly receives a call from Catherine, who invites her over to their family home. Catherine asks Hunter what she did for a living before meeting Richie. Coming from a poor family, Hunter used to sell. Shortly after, Hunter reveals her true identity, which takes William by surprise. He becomes uncomfortable and uneasy upon hearing Jill McCoy, Hunter's mother. She threatens him about ruining his life, but William takes every word bravely. Both of them have an emotional conversation. William professes his shame for the crime he committed years ago. Hunter then asks if he is ashamed of her, to which he replies that he isn't. Sensing that Hunter is going through a serious crisis, he assures her that she is not at fault and she did not do anything wrong. His mistake and Michael to inform them of Hunter's pregnancy. All of them decide to meet up at a restaurant to celebrate the exciting news. However, whenever Hunter wants to share something, Richie and his family easily brush her off. This makes Hunter feel irrelevant, as she lacks knowledge of the family business. The following day, Catherine gives Hunter a self-help book and insists that she needs it. Before leaving, Catherine also comments on how Hunter should grow her hair, as Richie prefers girls with long hair. The way that Hunter's mother-in-law talks to her feeds her insecurities. She is sad because many people would kill to be in a comfortable home and a well-off life. At home, Hunter decides to clean the house to distract herself from her conversation with Catherine. Upon vacuuming the carpet, she finds thumbtacks stuck on the machine and places them on the kitchen counter. Hunter looks at it intently and puts it in her mouth. This time, she snaps out of her weird impulse and spits the thumbtacks out. She sits down to take some time to calm herself down, but she couldn't help but look at the sharp object. After minutes of resisting herself, Hunter walks to the kitchen and swallows the thumbtacks. She gets hurt in the process, causing her to have difficulty breathing. However, Hunter tearfully smiles upon feeling the thumbtacks go to her system. She holds her belly and lies down in bed, proud of herself that day. That night, Richie brings his friends over to their house, but he doesn't even bother to introduce them to Hunter. Instead, they all hang out in the pool while Hunter feels extreme pain in her stomach. She heads to the bathroom, where she vomits out the thumbtacks, leaving the toilet all bloody. Just like the marble, Hunter places the thumbtacks in her special tray. An achievement unlocked often comes with an object that would solidify one's triumph. Hunter finds more satisfaction in swallowing the objects than interacting with her husband and his family. It is the only thrill in her life after she became Richie's husband, and not even motherhood excites her as much as the object does. One of Richie's workmates, Aaron, sees Hunter washing